going to go ahead and get started. If I can get y'all to join me, we'll have an invocation. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you and praise you for the opportunity to be here today, to do what's best for this community. We want to thank you for this country and the wonderful folks that dedicate their lives to the protection of our freedom. We ask that you be with us and that you be with this community. In your Son's name we ask, amen. Amen. Let the record show that we just barely have a quorum. And if y'all will join me, we'll have a pledge to allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. It is at this time in our meeting that we're always glad to welcome guests and receive public comment. We have with us tonight a candidate for District 2 City Council person, Lupe Mendoza. We welcome you tonight. We're glad to see you. And glad you're here. Glad the staff's all here. Appreciate y'all taking the time. And Gil, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. If there's anybody that'd like to make public comment, we'll open the floor for that. If not, we'll just go ahead and get started with our agenda. First thing we'd like to do is approve the minutes of the March 12th meeting of this year. I trust y'all have reviewed those, and I'll make a motion that we approve those minutes.
A second.
And we have a second. Is there any discussion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we'd like to do is consider resolution number R737-0418, which is a housing rehabilitation program affirmative marketing resolution. And Leanne, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about the home grant.
Okay.
program.
Y'all know you passed a resolution here recently to apply for home grant funds for 2018. And so this is something that's part of that application that will need to be submitted to TDA, Department of Agriculture, for that grant program.
Make a motion to approve that resolution.
A second.
A motion and second to approve resolution number R37-0418. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we'd like to do is consider a request from the Muleshoe Roadriders for hotel motel tax funds for promotion of the 2018 their annual Muleshoe Roadriders Motorcycle Rally. Now, I understand that they held their rally on the weekend of March 23rd.
March 23rd.
And they will, in the future, submit a request for funds and
This is the request for
receipts.
funds, and yeah, they'll be submitting their receipts if council approves this request.
Okay,
They'll submit those at a later date.
so we will wait to see those receipts. And have they
Did they-
requested a certain amount?
That's
I
what
think that at this time, they're requesting that you approve up to $2,000
Okay.
for
That's what
the
we're going
promotion
with.
of that
Have we done
event.
that before, or was
Yeah.
that supposed to be a part of this?
No, that's what this is. They're requesting that you approve reimbursement of up to $2,000 upon them submitting their receipts at a later date.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion, we approve up to $2,000 in qualifying funds, and that staff will review those when they come in.
And then we'll bring those back to council for approval.
A second.
And we have a second. Is there any other questions or discussion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries.
Who is the president of the motor?
I'm not sure who the president is. Daniel Guzman is a part of that, and he's the one that usually brings over the paperwork, and I think
He
that's
has
his
for the
job.
past several years.
Yes, he has.
He may be the secretary treasurer or something.
Maybe
I'm not
so.
sure.
I'm not sure either, or maybe just part of the committee for this
Could
event,
be.
I'm not sure. I know that that event brings lots of people to town, it's really well attended. My understanding is it's the first rally of the year, so I think people are excited and ready to get back to that, and so it's usually well attended.
Give them all an excuse to get out.
And I think our group,
Get
the
everything tuned up in crappy weather, yeah.
Muleshoe Roadriders, they do an awesome job putting on this
They
event,
do.
so.
Heard lots of compliments about that. Okay, what we'd like to do now is to receive the investment summary and the financial statement for the quarter ending March the 31st of 2018. And trust you all reviewed those, and I'll make a motion that we approve them.
I'll second.
And we have a second. Was there any questions on any of the investment summary? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we'd like to do is have the administrative reports. And Leanne, we'll turn that over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to let y'all know that work continues on the new lift station, that's coming right along. Then this week, on April the 11th, I think that's Wednesday, we'll have a pre-construction meeting on the ground storage project. So we should have our contractor engineers will be here and meet with staff on that. And then staff and Councilman Behrends attended the TML Region III meeting in Lubbock last week on the 29th, and the program was on code compliance, and so that was a good time. Appreciate Councilman Behrends being able to attend that. Just to let y'all know, we had a positive rabies notice come back on a skunk that was killed over in the Richland Hills area. And then there was another one on this last Friday that that one was not tested, but we're assuming that it was probably a positive test also. So just want to make y'all aware of that and make citizens aware of that. You know, protect your animals, children, and you know, those things. But for sure, if you see something out, be sure and call either City Hall or the police department. Report that to our animal control code compliance officer, so that we can try to remedy that. But just like I say, make folks aware that we do have that issue right now going on. So, and then finally, I'm happy to report, thanks to the help of our attorney's office, we've been able to collect our back franchise fees from Reach Broadband. They were considerably behind, and we've been after them for quite some time. But thanks to their help and a letter that was written on our behalf by them, that's been taken care of. So
Good deal.
glad to have
That's
those
good.
funds, and we're looking forward to a better relationship with the new owners of that company, staying up on that the way they
And
should.
better service.
We're that's our expectation, that we'll have good service.
That would really be good.
Yes, it would. So, and that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. All right. Y'all have anything?
This past week, they had underground pipeline safety meetings here during the lunch and then at dinner time as well. And I know our office highly encourages us to show up because we're involved in some of that. Does the city, do they attend that?
All of my guys up there,
They do?
they do, yes,
Okay,
every
good.
year.
I was wondering about that.
Yes, we do.
I know if we go during lunch, we have to take off and use vacation time or whatever, but we can go after work to that 6 o'clock deal. And I just saw county commissioners and stuff like that. I didn't see, but I figured you guys, if you went, was it?
Ours is the opposite.
We send our guys for lunch.
If they go to lunch and do business hours,
Yeah,
it's all,
there you go.
they have a choice, they have a choice.
Yeah,
We encourage our folks to go.
good, good.
Strongly encourage.
Good. That's all I have.
Mr. Parker? Anything? Got a couple things. Want to remind everybody that on Thursday, May the 3rd, at the Bailey County Coliseum, from 11:30 to 1, we will have a luncheon on the National Day of Prayer. And we have a surprise guest speaker this year. And I think everybody will enjoy him. It'll be catered by Granddaddy's, and we'll have fish and chicken and all the trimmings. And we hope the community will turn out and go to that. I would also like to remind everybody about Election Day, which is the
May 5th.
5th of May, and that'll come up before we have another council meeting. We have 2 candidates for the position of council person from District 2. Libby Mendoza is one of those candidates, and the other candidate is Craig Black. And we also have some runoff elections in the county. Would like to encourage everybody to exercise their right to get out and vote. And
Where do they vote?
The city election will be here on Saturday, May 5th. The runoff election for the county, that election is May 22nd. And that will actually happen, early voting at the courthouse and then election day at the Coliseum.
May 22nd. This one's May 5th.
Yes.
and we want everybody to remember that if you don't get out and vote, that does not allow you to call people after hours on your cell phone. Any of those candidates, so we please ask that you exercise that freedom. It's good,
Every time you have an opportunity.
every time. That's right.
I would say, you talking about that, for District 2, it will only be the voters who live in District 2 that will be voting on District 2 seat.
Okay.
And all of that voting, early voting and election day will take place at City Hall.
At City Hall. The county election will take place at the county courthouse.
For early voting and the Coliseum for election day.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? If not, then we are adjourned. Well, thank everybody for taking time to be here. And Luby, wish you luck in the election.
Now, our next council meeting will be swearing in our new council member.
That's
Early
right.
voting.
Early voting is the,
Starts the 23rd and goes through May the 1st.
All right.
we'll have that out on our Facebook page and several places, should be in the newspaper.
And it'll run in the newspaper this week.
Well, I guess we should remind everybody about Chamber of Commerce banquet and all that stuff.
Hopefully folks have got their tickets for the chamber banquet already.
Mhm. That chamber banquet is Saturday
May
night,
5th.
May 5th. And they can get tickets here? No?
The chamber office,
At
and
the
then
chamber
from any
office.
chamber board member.
Sure like the public to get out and enjoy those festivities.